If you're a Bernie Sanders supporter, you know that Hillary Clinton has done absolutely nothing to win you over. In fact, she's probably done more to push you away, because when asked what she would do to get Bernie Sanders supporters, instead of saying, well, I think I'll adopt some of his policies, she said, I'm winning and they have no choice but to vote for me because the only other option is Donald Trump.
I am winning.
Now, what Hillary Clinton should be doing is everything she can to get Bernie Sanders supporters to come on board to her campaign, but instead, she decided to turn her backs on us and is now launching Republicans for Hillary, which is a failed endeavor, but nonetheless, she's chosen to pursue this and turn her backs on us because inevitably she thinks we will acquiesce. Not going to happen. Now, Donald Trump, on the other hand, he's actually, instead of getting Republican voters who are pro-establishment, pro-Jeb Bush, well, he's actually now trying to lure in Bernie Sanders supporters. And what he's saying may actually be effective. Take a look.
When I see the crumbling roads and bridges, or the dilapidated airports, or the factories moving overseas to Mexico, or to other countries for that matter, I know these problems can all be fixed, but not by Hillary Clinton, only by me. The fact is, we can come back bigger and better and stronger than ever before. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Everywhere I look, I see the possibilities of what our country could be. But we can't solve any of these problems by relying on the politicians who created the problems themselves. We'll never be able to fix a rigged system by counting on the same people who have rigged it in the first place. The insiders wrote the rules of the game to keep themselves in power and in the money. That's why we're asking Bernie Sanders voters to join our movement, so together we can fix the system for all Americans so important. This includes fixing all of our many disastrous trade deals, and they are disastrous. They're destroying our country. Because it's not just the political system that's rigged, it's the whole economy. It's rigged by big donors who want to keep wages down. It's rigged by big businesses who want to leave our country, fire our workers, and sell their products back into the United States with absolutely no consequences for them. It's rigged by bureaucrats who are trapping kids in failing schools. It's rigged against you, the American people. Hillary Clinton, and as you know, most people know, she's a world-class liar. Just look at her pathetic email server statements or her phony landing. Or her phony landing in Bosnia, where she said she was under attack, and the attack turned out to be young girls handing her flowers. A total and look, this was one of the buttes. A total and self-serving lie. Brian Williams' career was destroyed for saying less. Just remember that.
See, what you just saw is what Hillary Clinton is supposed to be doing, not Donald Trump. So he talked about how our infrastructure is crumbling. That's a key issue in Bernie Sanders' campaign. He also said we'll never be able to fix a rigged system by counting on the same people who have rigged it in the first place. The insiders wrote the rules of the game to keep themselves in power and in the money. Who does that sound like? That sounds just like Bernie Sanders. He also explicitly asked for the support of Bernie Sanders supporters and said he'll, quote, fix the system for all Americans. That's almost exactly what Bernie Sanders says verbatim.
And they're giving up on the political process because they understand the economy is rigged. They are working longer hours for lower wages. They're worried about the future of their kids. And yet, almost all new income and wealth is going to the top 1%. not what America is supposed to be about, not the fairness that we grew up believing that America was about. And then sustaining that rigged economy is a corrupt campaign finance system undermining American democracy.
How many times has Hillary Clinton asked for the support of Bernie Sanders supporters? 0 times. And now you have Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, asking for their support. This is absolutely crazy. Now, he also says the economy is rigged by big donors who want to keep wages down. Now, this is what I'd like to call an effective strategy. People who are disenchanted with the political process, with the corruption, with the money in politics, they're gonna find this appealing. And for me, I've stated before that even if I disagree with a candidate, politically speaking, I would vote for them in the event they only supported campaign finance reform. So if they were the most staunchest conservative, but if they said the one thing they would do when they get in office was get money out of politics, I would definitely consider voting for them. So this is why Donald Trump will be very effective. Now, the problem is that he doesn't tell you he helped rig the economy. He brags about how he used to buy politicians, and he's lying to you about how he self-funds his campaign. He's not doing that. And in fact, he's now going to take $100 million from Sheldon Adelson. He's meeting with the Koch brothers. And at the beginning of his campaign, he doesn't tell you that he met with billionaires and begged them for money like Paul Singer, and they said no. And the only reason why he railed against money in politics is because he was butthurt. So I do not believe Donald Trump will do anything to get money out of politics. Don't let him dupe you over. And furthermore, he hasn't put forth any substantive policies to actually remove money from politics. So I do not believe Donald Trump will actually get money out of politics. I know he's just saying this to get Bernie Sanders supporters to flip and come over to his side. And look, it's a smart strategy. Credit where credit is due. Hillary Clinton should be doing this, but instead we have Donald Trump who's smart enough to do this. Now, the problem with Hillary Clinton is that she is the embodiment of the establishment and money in politics and corruption. So if you are someone who really does care about money in politics and you don't know that Donald Trump isn't actually self-funding his campaign and that he's lying to you about that, well, then I could see why someone would realistically support Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton. Now, all he needs to do is take the money in politics argument and attribute it to Hillary Clinton and show how she's corrupt, how she's taking money from Wall Street and will inevitably be beholden to them. Oh, wait, he actually has already done that. Take a look.
I don't want to devote the rest of my life to raising money from people. And, when she raises this money, every time she raises money, she's making deals. They're saying, could I be the ambassador to this? Could I do that? Make sure my business is taken care of. I mean, give me a break. All of the money she's raising, that's blood money. That's blood money. Look, she's getting tremendous amounts of money from Wall Street. She's going to take care of Wall Street.
So look, I don't say this very often, but Donald Trump is 100% correct. And if you're a Hillary Clinton supporter, if you're Hillary Clinton, if you're the Democratic establishment, you should be terrified right now that this caveman can turn into Albert Einstein when it comes to talking about money in politics and Hillary Clinton's corruption. That's a message that will definitely resonate in November. Now, it is the case that Hillary Clinton has got a boost in the polls. She's beating Trump in almost every single poll, and her average is now higher than Donald Trump's. But if he uses this line of attack, and if we see a Hillary Clinton indictment or a recommendation that she should be indicted by the FBI, you're looking at our next president, Donald Trump.